Hi everyone, my name's Hannah. I'm part of the Grow Your Future team, and this is just a short video just to tell you a little bit about the graduate recruitment process that you might have to go through if you're applying for graduate schemes. Um, every graduate recruitment scheme application will be slightly different, but this is just an overview as to what it might look like and some of the things that you might encounter, and also how we can help you in that as well. So, this is kind of what it might look like. So this is the graduate recruitment cycle that you might anticipate coming up against. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through each individual section now, just to give you an overview. And as we go through the term, you will be able to find out more information through the Teams group. And there's also going to be different videos that come out on each of these sections as we go through. So let's start with CVs. CVs are your personal marketing document. It's something that we really want you to be proud of because it describes who you are as a person, your skills and your experiences, as well as your education. There's loads of examples that you can use online, and you'll find loads of information about this. However, our real top tip here is just get your CV checked out by one of us. Have a go at writing it. There's no judgment here as to what we see. And come and see us. You can either send us an email with it on, send us a Teams message. You can book a one-to-one with the Grow Future team because you know your experiences in your own head, and we can have a look at that from both different person's perspective and also thinking about what employers tell us that they are looking for within CVs. So that is a CV. Again, there'll be another recording video on this that you can watch as well. But top tip, get your CV reviewed by one of the team. The next thing that you might see or have to write is a cover letter. Oh, that's just a reminder to check the careers portal out because there's resources on there as well. My presentation is going slower than my speaking. So the next thing that you might want to or have to apply with is a cover letter. Your CV is thinking about who you are and your experiences. However, the cover letter is linking you to the job. How do you meet the criteria that the job is requesting? It's relatively easy to write. However, you do need to write a new one for each application. I know, having spoke to loads of students, that you find this hard. Loads of students say, oh, I hate cover letters, they're really hard. The chances are that's because you are not following a structure or not writing it afresh and you're trying to edit it each time. So my top tip is just write a new cover letter each time that you're applying for a job. Start with why you're applying, what are you writing to say? Then say, why do you want to work for that company? What is it about company X that really interests you? Do you link to their values? Is there a project that they've worked on? Something like that. Then talk about why do you want to do the job? Why do you want to be a social media marketer? Why do you want to be a creative writing manager? What is it about your skills, your experiences that you've got that makes you want to do the job? And then finally, evidence the skills that you need. So that's linked to the job description. On the job description, it'll often say we're looking for a creative problem solver with good team working skills. You need to say, I am a good problem solver. I am a creative team player, linking to your experiences. And then you just finish off by saying, thanks for reading my application. I look forward to hearing from you soon. And that's the end of cover letters. Again, really happy to read through these if you want us to. Next comes applications, often as well as a CV or a cover letter, or in addition to a CV and a cover letter, or instead of, you will have to do an application. Now, application questions and interview questions are often the same. You're just doing it in a different way. So application you'll be writing, interview you'll be speaking. So I've just grouped them together here. There's two main types of questions that you might be asked. The first is strengths-based. Now, these are becoming a little bit more popular with employers at the moment. So they're a bit more focused on you and your future potential. So it could be what excites you about this role, or when you wake up in the morning, what do you look forward to in the day? It's focusing on your self-awareness and your future potential. Now, within these, you do need to bring in answers and you do need to bring in examples of when you've done things, but you're just dropping them into the conversation as you go through these strengths-based questions. Again, there's going to be some more videos that you can watch about questions. The other type of question that they might ask is a competency-based question. This is when they say, give me an example of a time when, or describe a situation when, or tell me about a time when you did XYZ. This is relatively easy to prepare for because there is a really good structure, and often they will give you hints as to what they're going to ask you about. So, when we're talking about cover letters, I said in the job description or in the advert, it will say we're looking for creative problem solvers with good team working skills. Again, that's probably what they're going to ask you about because they've chosen those skills for a reason. So the question could be, tell me about a time when you creatively solved a problem. And there's a really good structure to answer these questions, which is the STAR framework. So talk about the situation you were in, talk about the task. That's really not much time, 30% of your time or 30% of your written answer, because your action section is what is really important. This needs to be linked directly to the skill that you are talking about. So if you were talking about teamwork, focus on teamwork rather than anything else that you've done. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously to work in a team, you need to communicate effectively, for example, but focus that on your team working skills as opposed to focusing on communication, because that is what they are asking you about. How did you evidence that skill? And then finally is the result. So what was the result? What happened in the end? If it wasn't a particularly positive result, you can also reflect in this section and say, actually, the result wasn't great, but I actually did learn these things. So that's the STAR framework. The next thing that you might have to encounter is a psychometric test. They sound quite scary, but they are less scary if you practice. Practice is perfect. Practice makes perfect with these psychometric tests. Some will come more naturally to you than others, but I would really recommend just practicing. Careers pay for subscriptions to practice those. So have a look on the Ask pages on the careers site, and there'll be loads of resources in there. But please, please, please do practice these before you come to applying, because it can be a bit tricky, some of these, depending on your skill set. You might encounter a video interview. So this is a bit weird because you're talking to yourself, answering questions. So you're basically recording yourself answering questions. There's not someone on the other side of the screen. Again, we've got loads of resources to help you with this, so you can practice away. The other thing that we can do is you can book a mock interview for us and we can pretend that we're not there. We can turn our cameras off and watch you from that side and give you some feedback. But again, I would say students find this a bit weird. So make sure you do your practice before you do this. The final thing that you might encounter is an assessment centre. Now, this is probably where you will go to an office or go to the company. Some of them are online, but you will take part in a variety of different things. Normally, they're at least half a day, if not a full day. If some of them are occasionally 2 days as well. This is where you'll take part in tests, interviews, presentations, group exercises. You might be given a laptop and told, right, here's your next 2 days. We want to see how you go. It might also include a final interview, and sometimes it'll come within this and sometimes it'll come afterwards. Again, this is really worth practicing, and we've got mock interviews available on Careers Connect, or you can just get in touch with us and we can help support you in that. So a lot of that has been very quick. And as I said, there will be some more videos coming out that you can watch around each of those sections. But please don't feel like you are on your own with this. If you take anything away from this recording, it is that you can come and talk to us about any of this recruitment process. So please do get your CV checked. Please do come and book a mock interview. Just get in touch with us, however works for you. And we will look forward to getting to know you and speaking to you further about this. And really, good luck. We will see you soon. Bye.